read that in the NLT. It says, make the most of every opportunity in these evil days. Don't act thoughtlessly, but understand what the Lord wants you to do. You know, Lord wants us to use wisdom. Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to do a quick video, man. Just be very circumspect when you out in your daily lives, man. You see? Even for you brothers, you know what I'm saying? That when you go in the camp, you know, hold post, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't just be on your goddamn phone, man. You know, just looking at the phone. I gotta, you know, not got a precept when, you know, there's a speaker and readers already read. Which is nothing wrong with getting a precept every now and then. But if you constantly, you know what I'm saying, getting precepts when you should be watching, you know, you need to be watching, man. How much more in these times? Brothers need to be more on point. All right, we're holding posts in the times that we're getting ready to come into. All right, because soon it's not going to be real popular to be a Israelite. We are already seeing it more and more people in this time. It says thoughtlessly, but okay. So you know what I'm saying. I just wanted to do a quick video, man. Just be very circumspect when you out in your daily lives, man. You see, even for you brothers, you know what I'm saying. That when you go in the camp, you know, hold post, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't just be on your goddamn phone, man. You know, just looking at the phone. I gotta, you know, not got a precept when, you know, there's a speaker and readers already read. Which is nothing wrong with getting a precept every now and then. But if you constantly, you know what I'm saying, getting precepts when you should be watching, you know, you need to be watching, man. How much more in these times, brothers?
See, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakahakwadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakwadash. All right, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, the Most High. His name is Yahweh, his son's name is Yahweh Shai. Rakahakwadash is the Holy Spirit. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect of Yasha Allah, and double honors to our elders and apostles of a great millstone. Came back in that reincarnation known as Great Millstone. I want to do a response to this video that this brother posted. All right, I want to do a response to the video that the brother posted, the brother from Dallas, concerning being circumspect. All right, and I want to use a testimony. All right, I want to use a testimony through this power and spirit of Yahweh by Shema Shai to kind of make a point here. And I'm gonna use the elder brother Menashe as an example. All right. Yeah, this brother Menashe right here, this elder brother off to the side. You've probably seen him before. All right. You've probably seen him before in the camp. And yeah, so the point that the brother made was very important. Brothers holding posts, you know, and cameraman too. Very important jobs in the camp. And the testimony, you know, when the camp first started here in DC, we were in Columbia Heights, and the page was named Messengers of Israel. You know, this is before the elders and apostles told us to put GMS on our names to distinguish us from these Fugazi Israelites, you know, these pseudo-Israelites. And we were uptown, you know, we used to do the work in Columbia Heights, DC. Long story short, we were on the highways and hedges, and it got heated. And this young Judite woman, all right, black woman, so-called Negro woman, she got offended at what we were talking about. All right. Now, it was heated, you know. When we used to do the work up there, it was rough and rugged, you know. It's a tough environment to be in to do the work. And she didn't like what she was hearing. So she went to pull out a knife and try to stab this elder. She tried to stab this brother. All right. She tried to stab Menashe. She was about to try and stab him in his side, and we caught it on camera. And all the Akim saw it. We all pointed out. We said, hey, she got a knife. She got a knife. You know, she got a knife. What the fuck are you doing? She got a knife. Caught it on camera. We called the cops. Call the cops. You know, call the cops. So we called the cops. Cops showed up. But, you know, she fled. The black woman, she fled because we put her on blast. We were on her ass. You know, we were fucking on her ass. She tried to be slick and pulled out what looked like a Boy Scout type knife, you know, one of them that has multi tools on it. She pulled that out, flicked it open. It looked like she wanted to stab Menashe. Like, yo, she got a knife. Called the cops. So the cops showed up, and they didn't want to believe us because she fled. You know, they're like, where is she at? She wasn't there. She left. But we ran the tape. That's why cameras are important. So we stopped the camp, we uploaded the video, and then we rewinded the footage so they could see her pulling out the knife. And that's the importance and why I want to do a response to the video that the brother did. All right. Because it's very important that we keep our watch at camp, you know. If you're not a reader or a speaker, if you got signs, you should just hold a sign. Hold a sign, you know, because a lot of Israelites are visual learners. Hold a sign or hold posts, however you have it. The different churches have it set up. These jurisdictions, you know, and that goes. You Akim on the outside listening to at these camps. You need to be on your fucking P's and Q's too. Don't just be out there looking left and right, you know, looking at every bitch that passes by. You know what I'm saying? Laughing at every fucking thing. You know, Akim are saying sometimes stuff is not meant to be funny. You know, you have a very important job too. You basically in the church. All right, because if the cops or the authorities roll up, guess what? They're gonna take your ass too. So you need to also be circumspect. So let me just get a couple of scriptures, and I wanted to use that example because hey, we've seen it, man. And you know what? They actually, um, when we were leaving, we wrapped up camp. You know, we actually saw her on our way back to our cars, and she was talking big shit. You know, because she got away from the cops. And the elder Menashe, he kept on saying, "You, I never forget it." This is the most. That's another thing too. I've only seen out of all the years I've been in this truth with this elder Menashe of our camp, I've only seen him get irate and super angry, maybe a handful of times, no more than 5 times. All right, I can only really remember 2 or 3. But that was one of the times where he was really angry. And on the way back, when we saw that black woman that tried to stab him, it took like 4 brothers to hold Menashe back. It took like 4 brothers to hold him down. He kept saying, "You better respect your elders, bitch." You better respect your elders, bitch. You know, because she had no idea what was going on. All right, but hey, the point is, that's why you got to be circumspect. People can, and you don't let anybody just get close up. You know, we've learned, we've grown through the spirit, but you don't let anyone just get close to the camp. You know, they could do anything. 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10, it says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up." So we understand this to be the nuclear destruction and annihilation of the United States. All right, and we proclaim it. This is something that we're going to keep on reading and going into, the destruction of America. So if we hold this to be true, and we have this mindset, they're labeling us. They are going to come for us. There's no doubt about it that the persecution and the affliction is coming. All right. It's unavoidable. All right. They got your IP address. They know you're out to work. You know, they know what you like to eat on your sandwich. You know, and they know what time you go to bed. They know what time your alarm is set for. All right. So verse 11, "Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved," all the elements, including these different spirits, these different people that want to bring the persecution, all right, that want to falsify information, to slander us. We've had people call the cops on us before when we were here in DC and just straight up lie on us, you know? That's why we don't even go out and do the work uptown no more in Columbia Heights, because the fucking police, they said we made an agreement with them, which is completely illegal on their behalf. We made an agreement. We said, look, if you don't arrest us, basically, if you don't arrest us, we'll never come back here. And they said, okay, well, if we see you here again, we're not even going to ask questions. We're just going to bring a panty wagon. We're going to we're going to lock all of you up. And we said, okay, that's what's up. We out of here. And I believe, no, that was a different day. That was, see, that's crazy, because that's another time, another thing too. Another testimony. Let me just make this quick. That same location, on another instance, there was some chichiman, all right, some bati boys walking by, and we were going in on the scriptures, you know, being direct, not speaking in general, because we were young lions. They called the cops, and they were going to lock us all up for hate speech and felony threats, you know, and they brought a LGBTQ liaison police officer. You know, they made all the brothers sit down and listen to the bullshit. So we just say, you know what, agree with the adversary while he's in the way, and we got up out of there. But they told us, look, if we see you here again, we're not even gonna ask questions. We're just gonna lock all of you up. So we got to be circumspect. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? So let's go into conversation. All right, a lot of us may know what this is, but we got to reiterate these things because now it says evil men shall wax worse and worse. So that means it's gonna get turned up as the days go on. All right, a lot of wayward spirits are gonna start rolling up to the camps. You know, vocab, he was doing blitzes, you know, blitzing camps. There's going to be more vocabs coming up. Conversation means manner of life, conduct, behavior, deportment. All right, so yeah, if you're a brother holding posts, you have a very important job. It doesn't matter how many men are in the camp. You have to be circumspect. You have to be multifaceted. All right, you have to be locked into the spirit, what the speaker's bringing out. And you also have to be locked into the pulse of the people and the environment that you're in. It's very, very important. And let me get another scripture. And let me get an example. All right, and it's around the clock. This is not something we out there and lock in. No, this is throughout our entire life. And that's what the brother was harping on too. In Ephesians 5, he read it. I'm going to read it too. Ephesians 5 and 15. All right, 5 and 15 and the NLT. It says, so be careful how you live. Don't live like fools, but like those who are wise. All right, and those who are wise, we're going to know what's going on in the news. All right, you see they've activated a lot of splinter cells. And Trump is already trying to tie those wildfires to those immigrants. So how much more for us bringing out the truth and the destruction of America? What they're really going to try and do is tie it all into us. All right. But there will be no guile found in our mouths, like the scripture says, as long as we stay by the mind, while mouth, and sincerity and truth, and stay circumspect. Ephesians, Paul's letter to the Israelites scattered in Ephesus, the 6th chapter and the 11th verse. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And that's the point. All right. Stand against the wiles of the devil, you know, because there's a lot of different tactics, a lot of semantics. We understand the semantics when people come up, when they ask what their questions. All right, but now the semantics are going to come by way of actions. All right. I remember so many stories, man, here in DC. Another time we was doing the work, this dude, he didn't like what we were hearing, so he claimed his set or whatever, and he said he was going to come back and light up the whole block. He said he was going to light up the whole block. So this is an example of not being circumspect. So we stayed there and waited, which wasn't smart. Thinking about it, you know, we stayed there. We kept on doing the work. We stayed there. After camp was there, we was lingering. That's not smart. That wasn't smart on our behalf. But we learned from that. All right, we learned from that. Hey, in that same location, there was one time, no, when we was downtown in Chinatown, around the corner from where ISUPKA was doing the work, we were going into Leviticus about the alternative community. And some of them passed by and didn't like what they was hearing. You know, these motherfuckers circled the block, threw juice at us, and threw a brick at us. They threw a brick at the camp, and now the brick didn't land and hit nobody, but the juice got on our garments and shit. You know, hey, the Elder Kasab, all the Ra'ashim in the camp, they're all my witness. You know what I'm saying? Elder Pashah, Zanala, Menashe Shamar Maf. They remember that shit when we was on 6th and 8th Street. Hey, we got kicked out of that area too because there was a so-called a tunnel light, all right, a Yiddle Diddle temple synagogue right up the street, and they ended up not liking what we were hearing, and we got put in court. We got a court case for felony threats out there, man. You know, so we've been in and out of the system here in DC too. That's another thing. DC just makes up any of these laws. That's why and here in DC, you got to speak in general. If you even spit in someone's direction and and you don't even mean, you accidentally do it. If they feel threatened, they can call the police and you can get a felony threat just for spitting in someone's direction. If you look at someone wrong or say something in a soft tone and somebody feels threatened, you can get arrested for that in DC. Now that's going to start applying to everywhere. You know, these are just a few testimonies. I got so many more, you know, just from the H. Even one time we was out there at camp in the wintertime, and these niggas, they put rocks inside of snowballs and was throwing it over the metro station and trying to land it on us. But we saw them. We were circumspect. We were on their ass. Every snowball they threw, we just stepped to the side and kept on doing the work. But eventually, like, all right. I mean, they left, you know, but we paused, like, all right, we got to watch these niggas. That's why we no longer do the work in that area. That's why you got to be wise, too. You know, if it's a lot of harm and destruction, you know, and chaos and carnal ass niggas that just energy, don't do the work there. You know, dust off, send up curses. There's pretty sure there's other places that you could go, and that's how you be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Because this devil's working on the minds of 2/3 as well. All right. Let me get this. I want to get this example. Oh, some good Pequodium on the comment board. Pequodium means precepts. Let me just get a few of these. Scroll back up. Shalom, Malakim, Wazaquanium. All right. Let me get this precept. This is, Yasharallah 144, Mark 13 and 33. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. So there's going to be a certain time when things really crack off. And there's going to be times when things crack off beforehand. And if we're not taking heed, which shamar doesn't mean just to look. Shamar also means to observe, to keep, and to guard. All right, so when you are on your shamar, or shawamar, which means when you're watching, you are guarding. You're on guard. All right, someone's on guard doesn't blink. All right, you got their feet at the 45s, you know what I'm saying, so they don't pass out, knees bent, and you're alert, man. We on watch. All right. The elder Hawad. This is Luke 21:36. Watch ye therefore and pray always that ye may be accounted worthy to escape these things that shall come to pass. See, you won't be able to escape if you're not watching. You're just gonna get taken. Scriptures talk about how our people, they say, they think the over-scourging, let me get that. See, our people, when they made a covenant with lies, so they're not gonna watch. But us, we gonna watch. We understand. Yeah, this is it. Isaiah 28 and verse 15. It says, because ye have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. So that's what the majority of people have done. Our people have done. So going back to Luke 21:36, the elder had posted here, watch ye therefore and pray always that you may be accounted worthy to escape these things that shall come to pass. And what we're reading right here, this overflowing scourge is about to come real soon. All right, and like the brother brought out in the video that I'm responding to, it's in the news that, hey, they're expecting something again. Whether it's created by the government here in Babylon or it's organic, we need to be on our watch, all right, because they're going to try and start tying these things to us. But, hey, we got the spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. That's why Yahweh Shai warned us not to take thought, what shall we speak? He said, for the Most High will speak through us when they deliver us up. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 6, therefore let us not sleep as others, but let us watch and be sober. And that's the point. All right, now let me just go back to Nehemiah now and wrap up. This is a good example. See, when Nehemiah when the temple was being rebuilt, all right, he had watchers around the clock. See, we're building around the clock. It's nonstop. All right, when they started building, they kept on going. They didn't take breaks because you had the heathen looking like, what the hell are they doing? Let me run up in here. Let me frustrate the process. When you read in Nehemiah, you see that, you know, the heathen, they were excluded from all of this. All right, so they're going to be pissed off. They're going to try and do different tactics and things. So we had to be circumspect, which means looking around. Now, let me just get this. All right, Nehemiah, all right, I'm sorry. Nehemiah 4 and verse, I'll start at 12. It says, and it came to pass that when the Jews which dwelt by them came, they said unto us 10 times, from all places whence ye shall return unto us, they will be upon you. Talking about the heathen. Therefore set I in low places behind the wall. On the higher places I even set the people after their families with their swords, their spears, and their bows. All right. So when we're on our watch, this all represents what? Our scriptures, the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua that's been given to us. And I looked and rose up and said unto the nobles and to the rulers and to the rest of the people, be ye not afraid of them. All right. Don't be afraid of these these cyber trucks. All right, or your little Timmy, your little Edomite Timmys creating bombs. You know what I'm saying? Remember the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, which is great and terrible, and fight for your brethren, your sons, your daughters, your wives, and your houses. Some of us have family, so you don't want to be out there lax. You can get your whole family taken out, man. We're talking about the Akim that are just holding posts. You have very important jobs. That's what the main thing I want to respond to. And the cameraman. The cameraman, you are the eyes of the elect, and you also protect the camp. And in that example I used, I forget who was on camera that day, but if we didn't have the camera, if the cameraman didn't catch that black woman pull out a knife and try to stab this elder brother when we was out there, the cops would have just said, y'all are lying. We might have got in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But we had the footage. We ran it back and we showed them, look, this bitch tried to stab this brother. And we were on her fucking ass, man. All right? And all these brothers remember this, all right? All these brothers of the camp, they remember it. Kasab, Zion Allah, Shamar Ma, even Awad is in the back. He remembers, all right? This is a different location, you know. This is when, through the spirit, we had the honor of having the elder apostle Gabar come down and be with our camp for a time. We were at this location, all right? But the point being, you know, this brother right here, Menashe, all right, it's the other brother Menashe. If we weren't on our watch, you know what I'm saying? He could have bled out or something. He could have got stabbed up, you know what I'm saying, sliced. We were like, nah, on her fucking ass, all right? Verse 15, and it came to pass when our enemies heard that it was known unto us, and the power had brought their counsel to naught, that we returned all of us to the wall, everyone unto his work. And it came to pass from that time forth that half of my servants wrought in the work, and the other half of them held both the spears, the shields, and bows, and the harbergians, and the rulers were behind all the house of Judah. So everyone has a job to do, man. All right? Just because you're not reading or speaking doesn't mean you're not important. Look, if you just came to the camp a year ago, you're already a leader. All right? There's going to be thousands of believers that start coming in. So we need to be on our P's and Q's. We need to be circumspect. We need to be the examples of how to conduct ourselves on the highways and hedges, and in our daily lives. Can't be out here getting arrested and domestic violence and fucking DUIs and, you know, just reckless shit, getting in fights and assault, breaking entry, you know what I mean? Or pushing massive amounts of weight like that fucking nigga in Atlanta was doing, you know? That's not the work. That's not how you have holy conduct and conversation. But the point being here in Nehemiah, everyone had a job to do. They which builded on the wall, they that bear the burdens with those that laid it, everyone with one of his hands wrought in the work. Everybody got to get busy. Yahweh Shah said, occupy till I come. And in that occupying, you had to be circumspect. You got to be harmless as doves, all right, and wise as serpents. And with the other hand, held a weapon. So not only are you working, you're doing one thing. That's why I said you got to be multifaceted. Not only are we doing the work, but at the same time, we're on the defense. You know, a sword can be used for offense and defense. A sword, you can block somebody with a sword. You don't always have to attack. A sword can be used to block. And that's what we doing. We using our sword, we being circumspect, and we blocking this nigga Satan, the adversary, all right? This is Nehemiah 4 and verse 18 now. It says, for the builders, everyone had his sword girded by his side and so builded. So you don't have to have a physical sword, all right? like you're on the highways and hedges, you got to be having your Bible in your hand. That's talking about having your mind intact. You got to be sharp, man. Be sharp. Sometimes a derelict, he's walking slow down the street, but out of nowhere, he might try and jump. Hey, DC is weird as fuck, man. I'll tell y'all firsthand. Any occupant that visited DC, you got to be on your fucking P's and Q's, man. And it's just like at some of the other camps that I have visited, especially up top. My goodness. 34th and 7th, when the elders and apostles were there. And you see it at the other camps. Hey, Dallas is always getting some weirdos rolling up out in when the elder brothers in LA, when they were still on Hollywood Boulevard. You know, it's all these examples. Hey, Chicago. That's why, hey, I'm gonna do a video following up from this. Early on in the truth, the elites, the Illuminati, they sent out letters to all the heads of the camp, and I got one too. And they tried to make us all sell out, man. Offered us all these dainties and gifts and shit. But no, we're circumspect. We foresee the evil. You understand that the scriptures say that the gift destroyeth the heart. We ain't got time for that. Sometimes somebody might come up and say, hey, I want to give you a gift or this, you know. Hey, sometimes you got to say no. You don't know. It's not a, right now we're not accepting gifts. Or right now, you know, you got to wait. Who knows what people could be try to traps people are going to be laying. Hey, we tightening up super tight, all right? And it was getting close to the Passover. So a lot of you that are not being circumspect and you just looking lax at camp and you're not putting in work, you're not occupying, you're not watching, you're looking like it's an obligation, you can just get the fuck on, all right? And a house cleaning always happens around the Pesach, and we're not too far out, all right? We're a month away from Purim, and then a month after that is the Lord's Holy Pesach. I read verse 19. It says, I said unto the nobles and unto the rulers and to the rest of the people, the work is great and large, and we are separated upon the wall, one from another. And what place therefore ye hear the sound of the trumpet, resort ye thither unto us. Our power, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, for fight for us. And that's the point, you know. You know, it's a lot going on. We may be separated, but hey, when the trumpet's being blown and we doing the work, get fucking tight, you know. Lock the hell in through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's the point that I wanted to make. All right, so all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakahak Wadash, the water for all the precepts that were posted. I pray and I know you were edified. Hey, keep watching. You know, watch for the agents. You know, some people are going to act like sincere and be bashful, but inwardly they're going to be an enemy. You know what I'm saying? So Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai for giving us the eye self, Ba'Shem Rakakwadah, Shalom to hopeful elect, and double honors to our elders and apostles that guide over the flock and rule well, all the elders, bishops, and deacons, known as Great Millstone. And again, infinite praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kwadash. Shalom.
Brothers need to be more. No, I just want to do use wisdom. Okay. So you know what I'm saying. I just want to do a quick video, man. Just be very circumspect when you out in your daily lives, man. You see, even for you brothers, you know what I'm saying. That when you go in the camp, you know, hold post, man. You know what I'm saying. Don't just be on your goddamn phone, man. You know, just looking at the phone. I gotta, you know, not got a precept when you know there's a speaker and readers already read. Which is nothing wrong with getting a precept every now and then. But if you constantly, you know what I'm saying, getting precepts when you should be watching, you know, you need to be watching, man. How much more in these times? Brothers need to be more on point, all right, with holding posts. And at times when we getting ready to come in.